The Chicago Bears end the preseason undefeated 4-0 as they beat the Kansas City Chiefs by a big margin. Currently, the score is 34-14. When I'm recording this video, the game is not even over yet, but I thought I'd start recording because you guys probably don't care to hear me talk about the fourth quarter of this game, but I do want to talk about some great plays that happened at the beginning of this game and also in the third quarter of this game, and just kind of, give you guys my takeaways from this matchup. This video is sponsored by Bet US Sportsbook Casino. More on them later in this video, but man, what a way to end the preseason, okay? The Chicago Bears backups have completely destroyed the backups of basically every team we went up against this preseason, okay? Every single game has been a dominant victory besides for the first game, which got rained out against the Texans. But, against the Buffalo Bills, against the Bengals, against the Chiefs, we have destroyed them in these games. And yes, I know it does not matter. It's only preseason. We don't care about the final results of these games. But I think it is worth pointing out that our backups are playing so damn well. I mean, everybody from second string to third string to fourth string, we have guys making interceptions at every level. We have backup running backs going off. I mean, Velus Jones is a backup running back currently. He had a fantastic game. I definitely want to talk about him in this game later on. We had backup defensive ends making big time splash plays. Like, our backup quarterbacks looked really good. I mean, it really goes to show you the depth that's on the current Bears roster right now, because I cannot think of a time in recent memory when the Bears have so much depth on their roster at multiple positions where it's going to be pretty hard to cut some players. Okay, that's how talented the Bears are at certain positions, like cornerback, for example. Okay, who do you cut at cornerback? We have guys like, Josh Blackwell, like Reddy Steward had a fantastic game in this one. We have guys like Jalen Jones, Greg Stroman, Terrell Smith. We have so many damn Tarvarius Moore had a fantastic game too, besides for that stiff arm. Like, it's gonna be tough to cut these guys at the cornerback spot because obviously top three are guaranteed. Okay, Jalen Johnson, Tarek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, they're not going anywhere, but we have so much talent behind them too, and they came through making interceptions for us in this game. So it's really exciting to see the plan that Ryan Poles put together 2 years ago finally come to fruition in moments like this, where you can tell the Bears are stacked in roster depth. Okay, all those very long draft classes where you had 7-8 picks, they're coming back to pay off, okay, because all those picks are making some big time plays. We have UDFAs making fantastic plays, and I think Ryan Poles' scouting ability is really being proven in games like these, where you see UDFAs like Reddy Steward, like Tyson Bagent at the beginning of this game. Even Austin Reed had some big time plays. Like, we're seeing undrafted guys come through and perform really good for the Bears. So that tells a lot of good stuff about the coaching. I think the coaching on this team is very strong in terms of development. Okay, we have defensive guys playing a lot better than I expected them to. We have offensive guys playing pretty well. We're scoring a lot of points. I think that Shane Waldron has proven to be a great teacher already because our backups are playing really well. Like, we have backup receivers going off. We have backup quarterbacks going off. There's so many wide open guys down the field. So many great drawn up plays so far. And again, I know it's only preseason, so I'm not trying to take away too much from any of these games, but it's pretty exciting stuff, man, to see the Bears have a preseason like they had this year. So talking about the game, guys, I'm going to begin by talking about the player of the game, which in my opinion was Reddy Steward. Okay, Reddy Steward, UDFA out of Troy, had himself a hell of a game in this one. Okay, he had 2 interceptions, one at the goal line, which saved a potential touchdown from going on the board. He read that route perfectly. The QB kind of decided he was going to force that ball in there and kind of stare down that read, and Reddy Steward came out of nowhere to pounce on it. Lost his footing there at the end, but that could have been a pick 6 too if he kept his footing and got past that last guy. But nonetheless, a fantastic play made by Reddy Steward. After that, he did get a pick 6 where Adrian Colbert absolutely destroyed the quarterback of the Chiefs, hit him mid-throw, and Reddy Steward pounced on the ball when it went up in the air and made it go the other way for a touchdown, which was a hell of a play by Reddy Steward. He goes over to the sideline with the ball and gets congratulated by Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Tarek Stevenson, the starting cornerbacks on the Bears. I thought that was a pretty cool moment where all the starters really showed a lot of love to him. It really shows that the energy and chemistry on this team is at an all-time high. Like, all these guys really seem to love each other, and that really came through in that moment. So, you know, fantastic game by Reddy Steward. I really hope he can make the roster. It's going to be pretty tough because the Bears have so many talented cornerbacks. But I think with a game like this, man, Reddy has to make the team. Okay, he already intercepted Caleb Williams in a training camp practice playing with the ones. So he's already proven his worth even with the ones in practice. I think he does make the team because of a game like this. And if he doesn't make the team, then I hope we can get him back on practice squad because he is a damn talented player. So hell of a game by him. The entire defense had a pretty good game. We saw Austin Booker, the rookie, really come through in that first quarter. He had multiple pressures and a QB hit where, you know, his spin move is deadly, man. I know he's going up against some backups right now, but that spin move, like the elusiveness he has on it, the speed on his first step, it's some very good stuff. I think he can be a very good player at the next level if we can develop him and coach him up, because the raw talent is definitely there in Austin Booker. He's going out here and performing very well against backups, as he should if he is a good player at the NFL level. So I'm really excited to see, you know, what Austin Booker can bring to this defense as soon as this year. I think he does get a lot of playing time on the other side of Montez Sweat because of the very strong preseason that he has had. Daniel Hardy also had a pretty good game as usual. He had a fantastic play behind the line of scrimmage for a run stop, you know, which lost the Chiefs a couple yards, and I believe he also had a couple of QB pressures, 4 total sacks. He's a guy to keep an eye on to see if he makes a team. I really hope he does because I like him a lot more than I like Dominique Robinson. You know, Dominique Robinson's proven basically nothing to the Bears his entire career so far. And I know he was a 5th round pick of Ryan Poles, so he's definitely going to earn more, you know, staying power based off of that. But I really hope that we cut Dom Robin, bring on Daniel Hardy instead, because he's actually putting together some production, although it's in preseason games, but I think he has more potential, more upside than Dom Rob does at this stage of their careers. So, you know, that's a defense. I thought those two really stood out. There were some other guys that also had some fantastic plays, like Tarvarius Moore. I think he was the one that got that big time stop on that 4th and 1, which was the loss of a couple yards. He shot out of a cannon on that play. You know, fantastic pursuit by him. Great tackling ability as well. So, you know, overall, the defense had a pretty good game. Okay, the game is over now when I'm recording it, and they've only allowed 21 points. So they did allow a touchdown at the end of this game, but only allowing 21 is a pretty good performance by the defense. Before I switch over to the offense, I do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Again, 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. A fantastic promotion to take advantage of. They have a bunch of different betting options on their app. Link is down below to sign up. Check them out for sure. Thank you, BetUS. But getting back to the game, guys, talking about the offense, I do want to talk about the offensive player of the game, which was Velus Jones. Okay, Velus Jones went off as a running back in this one. He had a 39-yard rushing touchdown in which he cut back in the middle of it for, you know, a very big gain. I mean, the acceleration Velus Jones has is just insane. Like, this guy is so ridiculously fast. If he gets the ball in space, he is going to be gone. The problem is getting the ball into his hands and getting him out in the space. That's been an issue so far in his Bears career. But if the Bears still have hope in him, a game like this is certainly going to go a long way into earning him a spot on the Bears roster. I do think he earns a spot on the Bears roster because he is the Bears' primary kick returner at this point in time. And on these gadgety type of plays, you know, runs to the outside, jet sweeps, end arounds, and I guess playing as a running back, like, he could still make a big impact on the Bears, even if it's not as an every down player. So Velus Jones had 13 carries for 111 rushing yards in this game. I guess he had another big time run while I was recording this video near the end of this game, but yeah, he had the 39-yard rushing touchdown. He had a 25-yard run at the end of this game and some other, you know, pretty nice carries. So, you know, Velus obviously is a very polarizing player on the Bears right now. I know a lot of Bears fans don't like him because he's made so many mistakes in his Bears career, but if he can put it all together, man, like, he could still be a big time contributor on this Bears offense and win us some games with this fantastic game breaking speed and acceleration. Like, he could at his very best be a Cordell Patterson if his career turns around right now, which I'm not saying it's going to, but he does have the raw abilities to be like a Cordell Patterson type of player, where like as a gadgety type of guy, as a kick returner, you know, he could provide you with a lot of juice, with a lot of, you know, big play making ability. So love to see that good game out of Velus Jones. Talking about some other guys in the offense that had good games, I thought that Tyler Scott looked very good for the most part. He had 99 receiving yards on 6 receptions. He did have a drop at the beginning of this game, I think, but he more than made up for it with the big plays he made down the field. He had multiple big time plays with multiple different quarterbacks, and his deep speed is definitely very good. The problem is being consistent with his hands and coming down with those catches, tracking the ball, but he looked pretty good doing that for the most part in this game. So pretty strong game out of Tyler Scott. He's going into year 2 now and being receiver number 4 or 5 on this depth chart, right? So he's not going to get a crazy amount of opportunities this season, but as a deep burner type of guy, maybe he could go off for a big time play every once in a while on this Bears offense, or fill in if injuries happen on this Bears offense. I thought the quarterbacks looked pretty solid. Tyson Bagent had a great start to this game. He led a touchdown drive immediately to begin this game, capped it off with the big time run, dove for the pylon. I mean, it's so fun watching Tyson Bagent because this guy really plays at 100% energy level at all times. He's so much like his father, Travis Bagent, who was a fun character as we have seen on the Hard Knocks episodes. But man, I really think that Tyson could be maybe even traded from the Bears in a couple years if he plays this well, because I can guarantee you some teams out there may want to trade something for a quarterback like Tyson Bagent. Like, I think he definitely is good enough to start on some teams in this league. Okay, probably not be like a high level starter, but he does have the ability to run an offense, to be accurate with the football, to run around a little bit if need be. I know it's only preseason right now, but he is a very strong backup quarterback, and he's definitely going to be the QB2 on the Bears team this year. Brett Rippon had a few big time throws down the field. Austin Reed looked, you know, decent, I guess, on some of the play action types of throws, but he's going to be cut, unfortunately, you know, on Tuesdays. So like, there's no chance Austin Reed is making the team, sadly. So I wish him the best of luck. But yeah, overall a great game by the Chicago Bears yet again. 4-0, not a single loss this preseason. Hopefully that carries over into the regular season and we win a lot of games when the games actually matter too. But I am very excited for this season, man. Like, there's just so much positive energy right now radiating around the Bears franchise with Hard Knocks, with, you know, the new draft picks that we have, with the backups playing well, with the chemistry we have on the team as well. Like, it is such a good time to be a Bears fan, and it's honestly reminding me so much of 2018, except I think it's more sustainable what we have built here than what we had in 2018, obviously. Okay, Ryan Pace traded away all of our draft picks. We had so much money invested into that team, where this year we have so much financial flexibility for the future. We have a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal that's more talented, I feel like, than Mitch Trubisky was. Obviously, we have a lot of young players, young building blocks on this team. Like, we have not gone all in on this team just yet, but I feel like we could have potentially a season as good as we had in 2018 if things come together, if Caleb has, you know, strong rookie season, which again maybe is jumping the gun a little bit, but it's going to be a fun season, man, in Chicago. I can guarantee you it's going to be a very, very fun season. Leave a comment down below, guys. I'll be back with more videos next week. Even though the Bears don't play a game now until week 1, I'll still be having more videos out for you guys next week, just talking about the state of the Bears roster, talking about cuts and some other Bears news. But yeah, leave a comment down below. As always, bear down. And thank you again to BetUS for sponsoring today's video.